Let's see. I'm looking up the meme.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually from a 2005 music video by Bjork.
Oh,
Triumph of the Heart.
Equally
And the cat is her
believable.
husband.
Equally believable.
interesting.
I'd always was under the impression it was like a PBS bit or something because it kind of had that energy. It really does. It looks like something from like Theodore the Tugboat or some shit. Alright, so we hear everyone say something.
Something.
Hello.
Oh my!
Paprika.
Of course.
I want to. I'm at soup.
No.
Oh god.
No.
Meme polymerization. Alright. Well, if we are here, let me just make sure I've got the files ready. Yeah, that will do. That will do. I still need to go through and sort out all these music downloads. But for now, we shall roll. If we're all here and we're all ready, any technical difficulties on anyone's end, speaking and projecting out into the living room for you, love?
Hello.
Wonderful.
Ladies,
Internet connection is funny tonight. It's deciding which one of us it wants to go after.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. You can hear us again?
Ow. Ow.
Alright. Just try saying something over and over again until they can hear you.
I think I can hear everybody again.
We can hear you.
Yep.
Sweet.
Let's just hope the internet stays.
It'll go out for between the two of us sometimes throughout the night. It has for me a couple times already. It's just a matter of turning off all excess devices, really. Okay. Without further ado, you may begin your recording.
I already did.
Oh, well, alright then. Awesome. Congratulations, you brought the curtain up while we were doing setup.
Gas.
Great. You crazy kids. Alright, so, welcome back, dorks, to session 2 of the Mystmarch. When last we left our newfound fledgling nerds, it's like they're not quite heroes yet. They've got to do something to get past level 1 first. Our heroes found themselves in the remote Scrimshaw Valley, northeast of a lot of the world's features and more iconic forgotten places. In a little podunk town in the middle of nowhere, a remote valley settlement called Scrimshaw, wherein a local and teen mom tiefling, a roving orc that sound with a voice you can never forget, a grumpy tabaxi, and a taciturn elf who decided to wander in and looking for work, all teamed up to look for a missing boat, and along the way found said teen mom's missing child that had been gone most of that day before. The boat had gone missing thanks to said teen mom's younger brother's antics and, well, older brother really, but nobody would really believe that at face value. Emotionally, quite a bit of a different situation. And so, thanks to that missing boat and everything, the town was caught very unprepared when a mysterious caravan, a dredger team from the last city, far, far to the southwest, had been sighted for the first time in 10 years, making their way into the valley. In order to make the best possible presentation, they had to assemble every resource they can and prepare a feast for these oncoming travelers. But to do that, they needed to find that boat, so that they could get themselves some, bounties of the lake. They managed to find No boat yet, but again, they found San, an adorable little gold dragon, with that's just a few fries short of a happy meal.
Oh.
Who is for somehow being held captive by a pair of spectral spooks, which our heroes deftly did in. Winded and having taken a couple of hits, our heroes find themselves in the same glade. The fog's starting to dissipate. Still a lot of time on their hands in the Scrimshaw Valley before the Dreadnought gets here. They gotta find that boat first. So, gathering yourselves, nerds, what would you like to do?
So where are we on the map, roughly speaking?
You guys made your way out from the town right here, headed out this way. I'd say with about an hour of walking for scale, you guys made it to about here before you got lured into the woods by the cries of not San, which put you about here-ish.
Where-ish? Sorry, my cursor fucked up. Ah.
Right in there.
Well, alright, so we need to find our way back to the lakeshore, because I don't think a boat would be this far inland.
Bert?
Yes, old,
A coot.
oh yes, Goro and Arco stole Akut's boat last night.
His eyes Sans eyes narrow at that.
And since people are arriving, so we need to use the boat to get fish. And we can't fish if we don't have a boat.
I'll tell him.
What was that, Dee?
Then I'll tell him.
Yes, you're our backup plan in case we can't find the boat.
The backup plan.
Just need to get your harness and, well,
Huh.
you can get a lot of fish.
The very moment you mention harness, oh boy, the reaction there. Like it's just like someone slid the one frame of animation of him doing a skeptical face away from you. Just somehow moving away. Like,
Say, Mabo? Was it? Your group wouldn't have to happen any spare pearls, would you?
I don't know. Would we have a habit of collecting shiny pearls?
no. That is pretty far from the wheelhouse of your particular boss.
I didn't think so, but you never know.
Hey, never hurts to ask.
You can just maybe keep some around as a bartering tool.
Nah, it's not something we typically do.
Orcs tend to barter with their muscles.
That's fair enough.
I forgot how funny that is.
Well, for this guy, San says, just down at shin height to the massive orc.
Oh, Mabo's gonna crouch down because he knows how to talk to children. You get on their level so you don't scare them.
You just stare at this little dragon's face and notice that the eyes are slightly asymmetrical.
Slightly wall-eyed.
A little bit.
Hey there, little boy. You's a great little one, I can tell.
Good girl.
Yay.
Oh,
Man,
no.
I'll pet you.
Gives little scratches under the chin and pets.
Right, you found a spot.
Just kind of flops over on the ground.
It ain't hard. Same as a war clucker.
Fascinating.
He kind of shakes, collects himself after a moment. Where the spookies go?
You got rid of the spookies.
Oh, thanks. They were not nice.
No, they weren't.
They told me I had to be quiet, and then I couldn't talk.
Aww. Well, now you can talk all you want, son.
There's the other one, though. I saw the other two.
There was 3 of them?
Yeah, big one. Flying spooky. He was
Well,
up in the tree earlier, but he's gone now.
What did the flying spooky look like?
Like the others, but flying.
Oh, this is bad.
He's gone now. Don't see him.
Did you see which way he went? Flying.
Oh boy, Sam has to make an intelligence check now.
Oh, lovely.
Let's find out.
Do not hurt
Boy.
yourself.
Wow, Sam rolled a 17.
Okay.
The idiot child had a brain blast.
Sam's eyes slowly just dribble down, dilating more and more and more. Just slowly, you can just feel something building up.
You hear the
See a little-
dial sound.
Yep, there's Windows 95 startup noises right now. How? Up.
Up?
Yeah. Up.
Oh, Mamba's gonna look up. Is there anything weird above them?
You see nothing.
Okay.
You heard nothing, saw nothing. As far as you can tell, your danger sense would still be active too from last time. You don't sense anything either.
You mean the divine sense?
Yep,
Danger sense. That's barbarian nonsense.
that's true, that's true.
My spidey sense is tingling.
I sense the energy of a bad boy.
No!
Nice. He's gonna do a slow sweep of the sky and surrounding air, I guess.
Roll a perception check for me.
Oh, lovely. That's persuasion. There we go. Oh, shit.
Oh, you are so lucky.
Yep. That's a 17. Grim?
Yep.
Does Nick go out?
BB!
My dudes.
My back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Yep. I told you. I'm about to just disconnect and reconnect. It takes like 5 seconds.
Oh, damn. It sounds annoying, though.
It is,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. Pleasure of DMing takes a little bit higher level of scale comparatively. It's a bit more of a net win.
Hmm.
Okay, so you stand there in the clearing looking up, kind of look directly up and a little bit into the noonday sun there for a second. It is about midday, but you see nothing. No sign of anything at all.
Hmm.
The forest is starting to resume back to normal foresty sounds. Except for one rather interesting thing with that high roll. You start to hear something moving through the underbrush.
Okay. He's gonna point.
I hear something over there.
And what you hear as it emerges from underneath the brush is, Shady, why don't you describe yourself for the boys back home?
Son, get back!
Alright, am I in my mining outfit or am I just in like
You'd be
general
in your
clothes?
mining outfit at this point.
Alright, let me get my reference. So, you see what you assume to be a red dragonborn from the scales you can see. Like, you can make out his tail and, like, his neck, but you can't see the rest of him, bar, like, his fingers and toes, because he is covered in, like, this dark gray sort of jumper looking thing with two belts wrapped around him. And on his face is a gas mask looking thing that, oddly enough, his horn is jutting out of.
Why not? All right. So yes, that's what you see coming out of the brushes. A very large and very oddly dressed dragonborn. Like Sand's eyes do narrow immediately at the sight of that, and kind of hunches down like a cornered cat.
Keep her gun loaded and.
Mambo will step forward and go,
Oi, who's you? You's a ghetto boy. Ghetto boy.
Wait, what? What?
You's a ghetto boy. Ghetto boy.
Get our boy.
He means, are you friend or foe?
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell for a second. I think friend.
Ah. That's Mamba Jamba. Good to see you.
What?
Open up.
Where are you from, stranger?
Somewhere up north in the mountains.
Zeragia?
Yep.
Keep the gun locked.
The Dragonborn notices the gold, and though you can't see his face, he does sort of a double take, like, what the? Like, his head, like, I'd say sort of startles back, and is just sort of cocks, like, what the fuck? Like, he doesn't really say anything, he's just sort of staring at your group, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yep. You see a very colorful bunch standing there.
Alright, I need to know, where the heck am I? Because I've been walking God knows how long, I lost my map, it's been some sort of whole ordeal.
What's the mountains called again that that kind of ring this place?
The Jradian Mountains.
I'd know what those are. What it's called too, right?
Oh yes, you would.
Okay.
You's next to the Radiant Mountain.
Would that be far from where I started, VV, or?
You've been walking a good little while, yeah. You aren't sure how you got outside of the mountains, to be frank. They're kind of a maze on their own, but if you're on the outside flank of them, that means you actually did clear them and are out.
Huh. Well, hey, it's all looking up Carax. Excellent. I made it out. So, I ask you, what the heck are you guys doing here? I know what I'm doing, but what are you doing?
And what are you doing?
Wandering, getting money. You know, the usual.
What's the money?
It can be exchanged for goods and services.
Oh. You mean like the time you took that pearl away from me to fix the elder's house?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That checks out.
I understand this.
Dehu is just fucking staring at those two back there like, what the fuck?
Did someone say pearls?
Sand's eyes narrow.
A rival.
Are you people in need of help by chance?
Okay.
We are currently looking for a boat. Have you seen a boat?
A boat and a missing teenager.
I don't think I... Have I? I don't think I have, but if you'd be willing to offer up a little money, I'd be willing to help.
Right away, produce 5 gold pieces.
That works.
He's gonna smile at him and go,
He goes, "Yeah, good Mark with a good heart, eh?"
Yes. Good heart.
arm around shoulder, and just do that friendly hug, brothers in arms kind of hug.
You two are the only ones in the group that are actually at the right height to do that.
Hey.
Be
Yes.
friendly. Be
So
very
you've heard-
friendly.
You have heard stories, Karax, of orcs, of the roving green-skinned marauders that are usually very big and very boisterous. But you also have heard stories that they're usually very on the level and they don't really bother with BSing people. That's
All right.
what get. So he is being very genuine.
All right. Yeah. Carex accepts, and it's like, all right, got my services.
Can always use more eyes and more.
The fucking voice.
It has not got. It has aged well in the 3 weeks since I last heard it.
Are you sure? I swear it's different. I don't know.
Sounds close enough to me.
Fair enough. It still kills me though.
All right, so
I can't wait to hear the evolution.
I'm
This is
very
not as-
curious about that myself.
At least it's not as bad as Greg's. I nearly killed myself doing Greg's.
All right, so you all have gathered yourselves. Some of you took a couple of hits, so if you like to, since you don't have any healing items of any kind at this point, if you would like, you may take a short rest. You have until the Elder warned you to be back before sundown, because that's usually when the bigger predators come out, and also around when the Dreadnought was coming in. So you've got a few hours to kill if you want to take a risk and potentially take a short rest, for those of you who took a hit.
We should
Z
probably
will take you up on
that.
I gotta see if any of my stuff comes back in a short rest. I don't know if they do.
For your healing points, I don't believe do. I'm playing a low-level paladin myself.
Yeah, healing comes back on a long rest.
Yep. So if you wish to take a short rest, you can...
Ethan would advise that we don't do it in the middle of the woods. We would want to do it near the lake shore so we can at least find a way back.
That's
Alright.
not a bad
It's
idea.
dark if we're in the middle of the
Sounds
woods.
good.
And that's
That is
bad
fair.
sign.
Alright. Sam just kind of goes, I can get up in the trees and find a way back.
So long as you
Okay.
don't fly off.
I can't fly yet, sir.
So
But I will. I will.
So I didn't take a hit, and none of my stuff comes back in a short rest, so I'm just gonna maintain watch.
Alright. You guys make your way back. I'll roll for Sand to see how long that takes. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon at this point. That's, okay. Sand gets a little lost. He rolled a 6. But he does manage to get you back there within about half an hour, so it's about 1 in the afternoon, just kind of dangling from an upper branch of a pine tree. Just found up. Just this giant-ass lake right in front of him. And Sand immediately just springboards off of a branch and just lands into the water, just happy as a clam. But not as happy as the clam that he emerges out from the water with.
Thought those would be extinct by now.
He's just chewing on it like crazy, trying to find a way to pry it open.
He's working on it.
Alright, so for those of you who did take hits, if you wish to take a short rest, for those of you more newer to D&D, if you wish to, love, you may roll one of your hit die to get some health back, which would be a D10.
Okay.
I think I took 3 damage from running into the...
4, I believe.
Alright, then that's about 5, so...
But you,
Wait, where did I roll for my hit die?
Yeah, where am I?
you are...
I is confused.
You can, if you like, to do it a little bit faster rather than relying on your character sheet. Over there on the left side of the screen, there's a little D20 icon and the little bar there. Yep, okay. You get 2 hit points back, Kifa. You see that?
Oh, yep.
You can go scroll to that, and it should show D10 as one of the options. There you go. Nice. You get 9 back, so you're back up to full.
Good.
All right, so it's a lucrative little rest, just kind of patching yourselves up a little bit, following some of your training.
Tifa took lung damage, so that makes sense.
Yep. San is fortunately in very good health. Whatever those things were, they did not hurt him, which is very odd. The rest of you just keeping watch. Nothing happens, thankfully, and you have made it back to your search zone. So, if once you are rested... Say again?
Which is where?
You're back along the coastline. So, right around here, where Sarah put down her token. Gonna go ahead and delete that for now. So yeah, you guys have made it back to, I'd actually say it's closer to around this little peninsula here.
Ah, yes, the penis knuckle.
Why, yes.
Alright.
So, if you guys are going to resume searching for this boat,
Survival investigation.
it's still survival at this point, since you're tracking through wilderness. 8, not bad. This is a group check.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do I actually have? Yeah, I gotta have some in survival. Not much, but
I
some.
think Sam
Never
has
mind.
that too.
San, I will roll for as well, since he is now contributing.
Jesus Christ. That
Wow, that's
Corrals.
funny. The Carax, yeah. It's like, wow, there are a lot of nat ones on the other side tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they
kinda-
stay over there.
Just stay on your side of the fence, you bastards.
They aren't.
It's like, San also got a nat 20, so
Jesus.
that is nuts. I did not expect him to actually roll well so far tonight.
Apparently, I'm
Good
still
boy.
like PTSD.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tifa's keeping her eye on Karak because he's having her own PTSD over him.
Yeah, she's not said anything, but she had a bad experience with a Dragonborn scout herself when she was younger.
We
Her
can just
first
hold
kill.
each other.
Yeah.
Hold me.
Like, I've been through shit. So have I.
Aw.
Friends.
Oh my god.
PTSD bros.
Holy
You
shit.
two just hanging out towards the back of the group. San just flying along, being absolutely
Son.
himself. Yeah. Like, but the two of you rolling nat 20s, it does not take you long, thankfully. It's like, I'd say it's closer to 2 in the afternoon at this point. You just kind of turn around a large boulder. Sand just kind of lands on top of your head. You both just point in the exact same direction at the exact same time as you happen upon a crash-ed boat.
Dragon sense.
Boat does not look very good for fishing.
No, it looks like there is some pieces that have been torn out of it. You guys can put yourselves right over here.
Oh, that's...
Bop.
That boat's poorly. Alright, now I need sun.
Okay. Quick question. How do I get the little token?
Just drag your whole...
Drag your-
You know, in journal where go into
in your
journal where it
character,
has
just drag Karak off.
yeah. Then just
Yep.
click and drag.
Yep, just drag them where you want them to drop, and the token will appear instead of the art.
Oh, there
Oh.
we go.
Or
Hey,
not?
yours actually did. Okay, hold on one moment. I think I can redo that.
Okay.
Let me see. Did it change back? No, token is still there.
Hmm.
1 second.
1 moment, please.
I see you're making uses of Incarnate's new features.
Yeah, I didn't realize I put down some of the shore grass a little bit wonky. I'm just going to say that's a native species called Inception grass.
Inceptographs.
And stop the grass.
Inception grass.
I didn't notice it until you pointed it out, by the way.
Good. Just some of it came. That's why I didn't notice it either. I just looked at it after I'd put it in here and just went, son of a. It's Christopher Nolan grass. It goes like really wonky and makes boing sounds when air blows through it.
Oh God.
like
Wow.
every mid-2000s movie trailer sound.
God.
All right, so you see a pretty sizable boat. It was designed to catch pretty large quantities of fish. Currently just parked up against the shore. It looks like it's been banged up a little bit.
See the boat, but no sign of Goro.
You mean Genji?
Or Genji, yeah.
Yep. No, Goro is the old town guard, so I can't blame you for getting the name mixed up there.
They're both G names.
Too many G names.
Yes, they are.
Jesus, Jared.
Yep.
And I've also had a D&D character NPC named Goro, so...
It's true. All right, so
Hmm.
whatever you guys wish to do for how you wish to approach this is up to you.
Alright, first of all, need to see if anyone's around.
Gonna look around a little bit, around the shallows.
Even roll no tonight.
Okay, let's see. Investigation. Well, with that score, you don't see any footprints or anything coming off from it. Just the boat looks like it's been battered a little bit. But with that score, I'd say whatever. It looks like the planks that are missing were pried off.
So someone was being very thorough.
But you see no footprints of any kind. And again, you all know that, Kifa, that Arco was drunk off his ass at the time, so he is not a reliable narrator.
Yep.
By the way, Vivi, I cannot move my token.
That's probably because I'm the one that put it down. Hold on.
Okay. Just wanted to let you know.
Okay, you go to journal and try dragging it out again.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That
go
is weird that it does that for you.
Yeah.
You doing art library journal? That is very bizarre. It's fine. We'll just work with that for now. You can still tell it's you.
Yeah.
Thankfully, your color scheme actually kind of stands out.
Okay, yeah.
We'll work with that for now and figure it out later.
I'm gonna go up
Yeah,
here. I'm gonna roll
Alright.
an investigation when I'm a little closer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can I roll
Wow.
another investigation now that I'm closer to?
Well, now that you've both moved into that range, hold on one moment. Like, as you approach the boat, cautiously and quietly attempting to muffle your steps, but not taking too much effort into stealth, given, you didn't roll stealth checks. This little divot in the sand here begins to kind of shimmy and shake a little bit, and what at first you thought was just a normal-sized beach boulder, this just comes crawling up out of the sand.
Oh my god, DV. It's a bearment crab.
It's like, you know all about what this is, Zakifa. These are a very bizarre lakeshore omnivorous species, the bearment crab. They don't usually come too close to town. They don't exactly pose a direct threat, but they can be a little territorial. So it does not attack you when it first rises up, but it senses the vibrations in all of your feet. It just kind of does the daimyo hermitar thing. Splays out its pincers a little bit and froths at the mouth a little and kind of steps towards you guys.
It's territorial, but it's not aggressive.
Just snip, 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 snip. And just to say, this thing is the size of a grizzly bear.
Lovely.
Slowly back away then.
Yeah.
Carefully get out of its,
Well, as
anger
you step
range.
back, it actually does immediately calm a little bit. It doesn't immediately go back to its resting place, but it definitely, it's keeping an eye on you, but it did immediately calm down when you showed non-aggression.
Okay.
It's defending its territory, whatever. The boat just landed in the worst possible place for it.
It just kind of crawls over, and you see it reach over with a pincer and just snaps off a good plank and just starts chewing on it.
Oh, that would be why.
And just goes back to rest. And with that higher you guys can roll if you so choose to investigate the area it seems to be kind of rotating around,
Okay.
if you wish.
Sure. Would
Can I
that
count?
be
Can I count the one I just did?
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
I can
24,
even
yeah.
roll a much higher investigation now.
With that 24, you could point this out to just about everybody. You notice that the little divot in the earth that came up in, there are a bunch of little white beads in there that are almost pearlescent in shape. It's laid eggs.
Oh, it's a mother. It's a
It's
mother
just-
hermit crab.
It's just continuing to chew up the wood, but then it just kind of walks around, just skittering in a circle around this little divot, and it's kind of secreting out this wood paste around the edge of it. It appears to be reinforcing the edge of the nest.
Well, that's our only boat, but it doesn't look we can get it seafaring. Or rather, like, waterfaring.
Well, we have found your boat, but we have not found the joyriding teenagers. You said it.
Yes.
Danger, there's a deck.
And I see, like, no sign of, like bear crab attack on a teenager.
No bear McCrab on a teenager violence here. You don't see any signs of blood.
If I had to guess, the boat probably crashed further out to wash the shore here. If I had to make a guess.
Oh, they ran away.
I only see no tracks.
That you do not, just the large plodding footfalls of the bear McCrab. Which starts going back over to pinch off another little chunk of the boat. Starts chewing on it once again.
I don't think we want to fight a mother bear crab over that.
The boat is already sort of broken.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel can just kind of turns and casts just a not a withering glare, but kind of a just like really, it's not even an option.
Zan just kind of looks over at it. I should try to distract it or something.
No real reason to mess with it.
It is focused on protecting its babies. It probably won't leave the area.
Harassing a mother's a sign of a git, not a boy.
So unless we can make a new boat.
You got plenty of wood.
It is
Okay.
technically true.
Rollington. Oh no.
Alright.
No.
Okay, so that's interesting that's how this is going to go down now. Okay,
Oh.
so
What?
I see you all are just standing there mulling, trying to figure out what to do as the mother bear McCrab is continuing to just gnaw off little chunks of the boat. See, nope, it did not beat. The bear McCrab did not notice. Okay, what's Sans AC again?
Oh no!
No.
Don't worry.
Like 13?
13, okay. Oh, lucky for you. Okay, San, you are very lucky. San is standing there on the rock, everything is quiet, and with absolutely no warning at all, from on the other side of the boat in this boulder over here, the water just explodes out in a burst of foam as this attempts to lunge right at him.
The fuck?
What is that?
What is that?
What you see emerging, I can only describe as what looks like a crocodile and a sea scorpion. A Eurypterid had a very troubled, tumultuous affair and had a child born without any skin pigment, with a translucent digestive tract inside its crocodilian jaws. and a long pointed stinger there at the end. It lunges out, silent as the grave, beyond a burst of water as it snaps with this loud echo, right where San was. San, fortunately, managed to get away just in time, scampering over to you like just the scaredest little child you could imagine. You can roll, Kifa, since you are native to the area, you can roll a knowledge nature on this one.
With advantage or just solid?
Just standard. This isn't a very common species, but okay, yeah, that's enough. This is a pretty rare predator for this particular part of the lakeshore. You thought that they'd all kind of been wiped out by the chieftain and whatnot a while ago. It's referred to as a glass gator.
Huh.
It's a glass gator. He even calls out.
Yep. They are very reclusive predators that are very good at sneaking up on things. The fact of the matter is they are very aggressive when they are hungry, and it appears that it is exactly that. But, fortunately, as it starts moving around, and as soon as the bearmint crab sees it, it enters into an offensive stance, and immediately starts clambering, crawling over the boat, and begins trying to drive the thing off, just waving pincers at it frantically. Gonna have to roll a little bit here to see what happens. I'm going to roll some percentile dice while I'm at it, just to see if anything particular happens.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I was trying to check what it does.
That is fine. Okay. One competing check versus the other. Oh, they tied. Okay. They are currently mortally locked in combat. This quite larger, longer-bodied gator creature does not appear to be very muscular in spite of everything. It's kind of flimsy. Whereas the bearmint crab is a chunk. Way to go, Mama Bearmint Crab. Okay, she manages to push it away, but in the process, the boat kind of gets toppled over, and you see a hand just kind of limply loll out from underneath the boat. A very pale-looking hand.
Mm.
Well, we gotta get him out of there now.
Okay. Mambo has seen the hand, is going to try and dash over there and help.
Kifa is gonna use before you do that, Kifa's gonna use thaumaturgy over here.
And there, you say, creating ripples.
Yeah, like a loud splash and ripples. That's something coming to lure both of them.
Alright. Mambo, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me as you get closer. You're running right into the middle of everything.
That's perfectly fine. That's exactly what he wants. He's going to charge in, try and grab the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dex... saving throw, right?
Yep.
Lovely.
16. Not bad at all. Okay, that
What the fucking that one on the other side? Jesus.
is a theme tonight.
Okay.
Okay,
Haunting us.
you actually do manage to get into the middle of this critter fight without actually managing to get hit. Thankfully, you managed to grab the body, and I'm going to need you to roll an athletics check to get out. Unfortunately, the thaumaturgy does not really catch their attention, given they're already making a lot of noise themselves.
All right, athletics check.
Oh! Okay.
Hercules.
I'm going to roll and see what happens here. You are an orc. Crazier bullshit has happened.
Are we gonna get drinks or anything? Alrighty.
Alright, so with that nat 20, I am going to say you managed to retrieve what is very obviously a dead hobgoblin body.
Ah.
And as you're dragging it away, you realize you have one free hand. He's actually very light. You turn around and think, why not? You grab the boat and start dragging it back with you, too.
Fuck.
Okay.
They are a little distracted currently, and they do not notice you doing that. With a nat 20, I will allow it.
Okay.
The boat's already been torn to shit, so some of its weight's kind of reduced.
All right.
Alright, so you managed to get back over to the group. Unfortunately, Kifa, that is very much Genji's body.
Oh god.
Mm.
Genji. Do I know his mother?
You do know.
Oh.
Well, At least
Well,
he was a
what's his
dick.
mother's name again?
Let me see here in the NPC archive I've got. I have to dig out the name here. Oh yeah, shit, I never actually did put down his parents' names. I can say at the very least he is Goro's grandson.
Oh,
Oof.
Goro and Kuro gonna. Kuroko's gonna. Ugh.
Hmm. Oh.
Meanwhile,
Is there any injuries on him that can be, or is it just like drowning?
roll a medicine check for me.
Well, Kifa has to try to see if she can try to revive him in any way. So
Yep.
Kifa
Meanwhile-
is gonna probably try to get Sans to try to defibrillate him if possible.
Okay, sure. You can roll a medicine with advantage in that case. 16? Alright. Unfortunately, no dice. The body has long been rigor mortis.
Ugh.
Now, a few things you can obviously see at a first glance. He was not done in by either of the predators you see here. Not whatsoever. There are no external wounds that you can see. He's still wearing his clothes. His body is pretty waterlogged, but it's hard to tell exactly what happened. And also, just for an FYI for the background, the mama bear crab did manage to drive the glass gator off. It kicks up a massive cloud of water and splashing soot and darts off into the deep. The bear crab, meanwhile, immediately goes back to its nest, just kind of settles in. It is staring daggers at you guys, just because it's kind of in high adrenaline mode, but it is not going after the boat.
Okay.
It appears to be in Mama Bear McCrab mode.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep moving the boat away. Just remove the temptation.
Yep, you do so.
Alright, we got. Let's head back.
All right.
It's kind of.
Wasn't there somebody else?
No, Genji was the only one that was missing.
Okay. Well, once we have a moment, Mambo's going to use he has a blanket, I think, with his pack, to wrap the body up and just kind of like pull it over one shoulder, and then pull the boat over the other shoulder and just start walking.
Okay. You managed to do so. All right.
He's kind of a dick, but not even he deserves that.
What happened to him?
I don't know. Doesn't seem to be injured by any predators. Could have drowned, could have froze to death.
Hmm. All right. So that conflict resolved.
I wonder
Thankfully.
this might happen if he kept up his shit.
Yeah. We're definitely like getting in trouble. So, I wonder how it happened. And was anyone else there with him? I know Archer was.
I'll have to ask him and get back to the village.
Hmm.
The fact of the matter is, not tonight. In a few days, we're going to probably have to be doing a funeral.
Hmm.
Dayu is taking this opportunity to stare up at the sky and make sure that there's nothing flying
All right.
coming after
Roll.
us.
Roll a perception check.
No, not persuasion, god damn it.
Sure are good at
Try to
persuading
persuade
the sky.
guy.
Hey, Sky, is there?
Like, oh, great Mother Sky, reveal to me your secrets.
Well, she is a witch, so.
Probably
Fair.
could.
Yep. With a 16, you see nothing. Just seagulls. Or lake gulls.
Well, she's not gonna take her eyes off
Well,
the
you
sky.
see goals, so.
She's a little wary of things coming down from the sky now that there's the obvious dead body with no marks on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't get anything like necromantic vibes from it, do I?
You do not.
Okay.
All right. So, thankfully, even with dragging the boat, I'd say it's around 4 in the afternoon by the time you guys actually start rolling back into town. As you do see that they have been very busy getting everything set up. They've kind of made a whole, it's practically a whole maypole kind of thing going on here. They've got everything kind of bannered up and lots of big tables out, all the good china. So you can see that pig that Osser had shot earlier this morning is now well on its way to being roasted. And as you go turn, you can see the very large and Carrick's. Yeah, there's a town here you were not aware of at all.
Huh. Guess I did go in the right direction. Interesting. Very interesting.
Keith is
Alright.
looking for like the chieftain, Goro, or someone to get
You
their
see,
attention.
yeah, Ganuk and Goro and Fife and all the other guards are all standing around, kind of delegating, looking to make sure everything's shipshape. Let me see if they notice you first. Yeah, that's a 15. Yeah, Ganuk being a very tall boy, he does kind of look over. He's like, "Oh, there you are."
We
Kind
got,
of
got some good news, Elder.
so.
Goro, he sounded
Genji.
like this. Genji's, I mean.
It's okay. So you did, you say. Ugh. That poor idiot.
We also found San being held by some sort of invisible mist-causing force in the woods before we found this.
I did notice you found him. Well, just kind of rumbles for a moment, breathing in really, really hard.
We managed to deal with 2 of them, but apparently there was a 3rd flying one that we haven't seen yet, according to San.
Well, we'll have to have Goro set up a watch then. Make sure nothing actually causes any trouble. Well, you managed to beat back the knot. Osser said that they should be here by sundown. They're getting closer. He actually supposedly hailed them, and they responded well. Didn't actually get a good look at who they were. They were all garbed in full-body mist protective gear. And on that note, who's this? Looks over at Carrick's.
He apparently was wandering through the Zradian mountains and just ended up here. Apparently crossed over the entire chain.
Well, if you're a Dragonborn and you haven't already tried to whisk away little San here, then you're clearly on the level in some capacity.
Yes. Yes, the level.
Smooth.
You don't know anything. He's just going like, yes, I know all you're talking about.
Well, welcome to our little humble town of Scrimshaw. Ganuk, the elder here, and also Chief Ass Kicker. So, try anything, and just, complimentary provisional warning. They will never find your body.
That's fair. That's fair.
We also found the boat, but there was a mother bearmit crab using it as a nest buffer.
So you can just suddenly, almost just on command, you see the old fluffed out bird head of a coot, the king coot, is kind of peeking over, going, "That's my boat, all right." Say, "Yep, that's a bearmit crab, all right. Yep."
We also saw a glass gator too.
Oh, no shit, really?
Yeah,
Wiped
it
all
tried to
them
go
out.
after San, but it got in a tussle with the bearmit crab.
Well, sounds like quite the show. Well, at least it was a good ways out. Well, guess what that means? We'll have to tell the kids to not play down by the shore during the day. Those are nasty buggers to find yourself in the path of. So, I didn't want to think that that's what happened to Genji, but I have to admit it was likely. Had way too many things happening strangely lately. It's not a good sign.
Between the mist spirits, whatever they bloody were, and the dragon playing over in the orcs.
Dragon.
San said that's what San said. One flew over last night.
Yeah,
What
red
he-
one. So which way did it go? Very, very serious, and you start to notice the rest of the town starting to shut up a little bit too at the sound of that. And now another intelligence check from our dear boy. Man, He is rolling like fire. That is amazing. He rolled an 18.
He's smart boy for once.
Up.
Daniel
what
claps
way
her
up?
hands over her face.
It's like,
Correct.
okay, but
Spelling
what
laughs.
way up? So Stan just kind of looks up. He starts pointing. He's using his forked tail like a dowsing rod almost. Just kind of pointing it up at the horizon. You can almost just hear a little beep, beep, beep. So, that way. Points back, thankfully, towards the mountain peaks. Like, oh, probably just going for a stretch then. Good. That is not something we need, is somebody deciding to go hop their border. It's not something this town could handle.
Shit.
Well, just kind of looks over at a lot of you, just give my thanks, a lot of you. Let's see what we can do about Genji's body in the meantime. See if anyone will be willing to take a look, figure out exactly what happened to him, and what we can do about that.
If you need me to help show up some fish, meantime we'll lend our expertise.
Well, we've got a little bit of time before they show up. The more food we have ready for them, the better. So, yeah, I might want to make our way down the shore.
Right.
Just kind of looks over at the rest of you. Well, we've made a feast for guests, so if you want to stick around for it, feel free.
I can probably find some more food. It might be little food, but I can find some to bolster.
Anything helps. You'll be rewarded for it, I swear.
Okay.
Like you said, you had a reason for coming up here. I'd be happy to help however I can. I know these woods and these mountains well.
Not exactly sure why I was sent this way. Clan Coven Mother is very strange lately.
Yes, we get around like that. So, we'll talk more at dinner. When we have the feast going, you'll all be allowed to roost up in my quarters for the night. It'll be fine.
Mambo will kind of go,
Where do you want me to put the poor deceased?
Take him back to my longhouse. We'll have someone look at them. Maybe. Where's Ogar? She's actually pretty intelligent in this sort of things. Have you seen her, Kifa?
Have I seen her?
No, not all day so far, but you also know that she tends to teach all the kids in the town a little bit.
Not since I've woken up. No, my priority was more Stan this morning.
That's completely fair. Fife, you think you can go find her and have her take a look? Oh, well, yeah, sure. Just kind of walks off looking around, sending off the tall, gangly furbog to find a tiny kobold. That'll go well.
also Mambo will kind of lean and go,
Hey, boss, can I talk to you a little bit over here?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
just talk a little bit over here. He goes,
So, have you ever heard of a boy named Chroma Killer?
Let's roll and find out. Man, this dice is really doing it for me tonight. Rukshak. Yeah, heard of him. Never ran with him, but aware of his work. Can't say I'm not a fan of it.
Well,
how long ago has he taken control of the...
About a year and a half.
about a good while ago, he took over the Nob Clubbers. And he marched us over to the mountains. And I have a suspicion he may cause trouble.
That's right. He is a dragon hunter, isn't he? Well, I can't really rightly stop him. Don't really have the numbers or the manpower to deal with an orc horde, but he doesn't actually know. He didn't come here knowing of the dragon that San saw, I'm assuming.
I have no idea. He don't talk much to us.
Not much of a leader then in that regard.
Nope. He leads only by power, not much else.
That tends to not last very long. But he's largely done. All I remember of him is that he was very good at what he did, which was killing dragons. Which I assume, given that he's at the border of the Dragon Mountains, he's probably looking for one. Well, if anything, if that one that San saw, if it really did see it, actually is coming and looking for trouble, if it comes first, I'm very happy he's here. If it doesn't come looking for trouble and he does, well, that's a different matter. Well, thank you for sharing that information, friend. I'll pass it on to my 2 guards.
He'll nod and pat him on the shoulder.
He'll also just kind of gently punch you in the shoulder with his big berry fist. Not around with orcs. I know how it works.
Smiles a bit.
Didn't feel right not telling ya.
It's much appreciated. I know you orcs aren't much inclined to dishonesty, not much point to it in your eyes. Not typically. It's a virtue of your race as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I've got a feast to get ready. If you wouldn't mind, you could probably use a little help and a little extra muscle.
Will do. Helping eat where I can.
Alright, so you have a couple of hours before sunset. What would you all like to do with your time in this tumble town?
Deo is using her wanderer feature to go find some food.
Alright, yeah.
Tifa is going to, before trying to go get more fish, is going to go touch bases, make sure everyone knows what happened.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, the general consensus among the townsfolk that you do let know about it, word does travel pretty quick. There's definitely upset about it. You can definitely, especially you do see Goro is weirdly stoic about the whole thing, but he's old and doesn't outwardly emote very much, so, but you can tell definitely that it affected him. And there's just a lot of, it's made a bit of a somber mood and a little bit of a bittersweet tone to them getting ready to try and schmooze a group of travelers passing through town.
Mm-hmm.
It's created a very weird atmosphere in that regard. But at the end of the day,
also like breaking it to Arco and
yeah, Arco definitely seems very shocked about it. He's dead. I thought
Yeah.
he'd just gotten lost. I'm sorry, I don't really remember what happened, but we were in the boat and then we weren't and passed back through Spruce's land and I think that's what we were told.
told by who?
Fife this morning. We were all still drunk, remember?
Right. It's almost like it's been 3 weeks.
Crazy talk.
I know. It's crazy how that works. Alright, so the rest of you? Before we
And also Tifa wants to go get fish with San.
yes. Let's just roll a D100 here and see how it goes.
You want me to roll?
Yep. Nah. Oh,
Damn.
okay. Well, you get started with the fishing, and okay, I know what happens. So, as you two are fishing along, just kind of casting nets, doing things very gently and very calmly, just trying not to think too hard about everything that's happened. At one point, San just kind of perched up on a tall rock, just kind of being a pointer hound looking for any decent groups of fish. A bird flies down and spooks him. Ah! He yelps, falls into the water, and there's an electric discharge, and like 150 fish just come floating up to the surface.
Ooh. Redneck fishing.
Well, that works.
San just kind of pokes his head up and goes, "Oh." So, yeah, you managed to find a very good haul of fish there. It's like, at the sight of it, they just kind of go, oh, well, guess we didn't need the boat as much as we thought. They should definitely remember that trick. I don't know if it's ecologically viable, but today's an emergency. All right, anyone else? Deu, you do manage to find a pretty good helping of food, enough for, a few people, but you come back and definitely see that Kifa kind of outperformed you there.
She came back just in time to see sand
The
fall in the
explosion
water.
in the water.
It's like, oh, handy.
You see like the fucking oxygen destroyer just going off in the middle of the water.
It's pretty similar to that, yeah. So, anyone else?
Well, they said they need a big guy to do big guy things, so that's what Mambo's going to be doing, helping any way he can.
You are being very helpful with that, yes. Managing to help set up a few things, actually kind of erecting a big couple of pillars. Just trying to make sure the place looks as nice and tidy as possible. They help you hold things up a little bit. You help Osser move the quite large Princess Mononoke-sized boar that he'd caught over to the table. And also, Osser does tell you all that he did manage to find Ramstein, the missing sheep.
Aww.
Thankfully, it was just kind of just wandered off. It hadn't gotten very far. It's actually a pretty smart sheep, so it knew where to go.
Yeah, there were 2 other smaller sheep nearby and a dead troll.
Yeah. Let's just say there was. It's a dire ram, man. They don't mess around. So, as you all get through your day, just doing everything you need to, helping out around the town. Just out of curiosity, what are you doing, Carrick?
Carrick's found a tree or some other thing to prop up on out of the way and just is taking a nap.
Wow, yeah, so productive.
Hey.
He wasn't paid to help this.
No, he was
Exactly. Plus
Nice,
he was walking. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Plus he was walking through the mountains. It was just a whole hassle.
That it was.
I think Z's probably just wandering around, maybe trying to overhear anything, see if there's been any more attacks, kind of keeping her ears open, I think, maybe helping out a little bit.
All right. You do not hear any other hearsay that's new. You do hear a lot of people talking about everything that with the news you guys brought back.
Okay.
At one point, the elder does kind of find you and track you down. Just goes, "Many thanks for your help there, friend."
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hang on.
We can hear you.
Good. Was no problem, really.
Yeah. I'm always glad to see a new face in town, and I don't get it very often. Now we've had a lot. Now, your trade, those in your line of work, they don't do things for free, yes?
No, not usually.
Well then, hold on one moment.
I'll have to call into you, Witcher.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
He walks back, kind of comes back a few minutes later with something wrapped up, long kind of cylindrical object wrapped up in something, in the animal skin. Just here. Not much in the way of coin here, but I think this is one of something from my own personal collection ought to go a long way. He hands it up, and if you choose to open it.
Yeah, she's gonna grab it and open it and maybe ask what it is.
So you open it up, and it is a very intricate, very nice-looking dagger.
This is beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you ever find yourself in a hot spot, well, there's a certain command word you might want to try.
Ah, is there?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you later. Leave it as a surprise. Got to show off for the crowds at some point. But hey, feel free to stick around if you so choose. Got a big feast waiting. Happy to thank you at that.
Sounds good.
All right. So, with all of you just kind of toiling away the afternoon, somewhat bittersweet mood, having found, not everyone is going to be able to enjoy it, but You've made the best possible presentation of things you can, and as the sun sets, you see Osser kind of had walked off earlier to scout out. He just kind of returns waving at everyone from a nearby hillside. And cresting that hillside right behind him is something that is very interesting in terms of how to describe it. It's kind of a big steampunk centipede on massive stilt-like legs, just kind of plowing through everything. Not exactly like bulldozing over trees, but it is a massive walking machine of some kind. It appears to be kind of almost like a train in some regards, so each individual pod connected together. And it just kind of strides in towards the town, and just as it reaches a clearing along the edge of it, it just comes to a stop. Lots of steaming sounds and hissing as it just lowers itself down to the ground. There are about 5 cars on it altogether, 5 different compartments, and it just sits there for a moment. It does not, Kifa, do you remember? This is what Dredgenot typically looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen one since you were a kid, and the last time you did see one of your family left. So, this is definitely an interesting moment. There hasn't been one in these parts in a long time. After a moment of silence, you don't hear or see any signs of life coming out of it. The rest of the villagers are all assembled, all dressed in their Sunday best, just trying to look as presentable and, hey, welcome to our town as possible. And eventually, one large door in one of the second compartment emerges. And let's see here. How can I? If you would go over to the journal and go down to handout.
All I see is characters.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I should have just selected show to players. If that's not working.
I don't see handout, no.
Yeah.
Hold on. I will just edit it the old-fashioned way. Still learning a little bit about how all this works. Okay.
There we go.
I see something.
Yep.
Ooh.
You see a very taller than anyone else in the town at this point, broad-horned minotaur emerge.
Vivi.
Just, yep.
The name.
Yep.
Why did you do that?
Because I'm shameless.
You cretin.
Crete.
Maybe you're cretin.
So, this very tall, very smug-looking minotaur emerges. You just see an enormous crossbow on his back. Looking out at a lot of you, he looks very fancy, very dressed to the nines. Just, well, we ain't in the ass end of nowhere. I don't know where we are. Like, oh, that is just unkind, Crete. That is just super unkind. You hear a much smaller, more diminutive voice emerging from behind him, and next you see
Matt Muggums?
Oh my god.
crawling out, dressed up in a lot of garb, is a very colorful-looking goblin who is just covered in flasks, has large goggles on his head, and is carrying a very large, very spiky staff about twice as tall as he is.
Fuck yeah.
I think this place looks rather lovely, don't you? Yeah, ain't nothing like the city, but hey, post is a post. So, just kind of steps down. What do y'all call yourselves? What is this, here establishment referred to as? Kind of steps forward. You notice, Kifa especially, since you've known him the longest, you notice he's kind of squared his shoulders a little bit more. He's posturing a little bit. Welcome to the humble town of Scrimshaw. I am the Elder Ganuk. We have saw your arrival coming from some ways away and wanted to make sure you had all your provisions met, fair travelers. See, see, it's a mighty fine spread you got there, looking back. See, well, definitely would be nice to be able to stretch my legs a little bit. Come on out, you two. Kind of gestures back. The goblin steps down and just immediately starts shuffling towards the crowd, just nodding at everyone. Just, you notice that he is sniffing the air a lot. Emerging from behind the lot of them, you see two more figures. The first one is definitely a little bit on the intimidating side. A tall, square-shouldered humanoid figure with a body and skin made entirely of metal, dressed in very dressy robes. It says nothing, just looks around and just starts walking off towards the closest corner it can find. Yeah, way to be sociable, Caddis. You just go do you, or what the fuck ever.
Mood.
Name's Crete. This here's Muggums, and that ray of sunshine over there's Caddis. And there's one more of us. If she'd actually show her face, she probably got lost in there or something. I did not, you hear from behind. And the last to emerge, standing, it's a bit of a stair-step pattern. She's not quite as tall as Caddis is, but is between the other two. You see, dressed in full garb.
VV.
Emerging out is a hunched-over humanoid figure with splayed-out talons for feet, fully garbed otherwise, with a long-beaked plague doctor mask. Oh, this place is lovely. So lovely. Hello, all of you.
Hello?
We are Dredger Team Terraria. We are passing through this area. So we would be delighted to sample everything you have to offer and learn everything there is to know about this area. It's simply beautiful, the landscape and the mountains, everything. So unlike where I'm from. Yes, of course, right this way. Help yourselves. And, the four of them just kind of start mingling amongst the crowds. Alright, so what do you guys do?
Kiefer goes to Mother. Don't you want to go talk to trade with us? Your tribe?
Very
Hmm? Sorry, I thought you were talking to somebody else.
No, I said.
I didn't hear the address. Sorry.
Hey, we're always looking for a little bit of odds and ends.
Well, so with the Dredger team here and all of us prepared, it's probably a good time as any to.
I thought I heard the dulcet tones of a boy. You look over and see the little goblin moving towards you. Just his giant fuck-off stick just kind of dangling over his shoulder like the world's biggest bindle. Yeah. Like, how are you? What clan you ride with?
Hey, it's a knob clubber.
Like, oh, it's like solid boys, those. Nat Muggums. These guys.
He's gonna reach down and offer a hand to shake it.
You almost throw him up into the air in the process. He is a very spindly little guy. It's like, exactly what I expected, shaking his wrist afterwards.
I'm gonna smile at him.
Always like the little green boys.
Like, we always like the big green boys.
Yeah. 2 peas in a pod.
Yep, 2 vastly oversized and undersized peas of appropriate scale. So, the heck you doing out here? Like, don't see any other orcs. I imagine your clan's parked it elsewhere.
Yeah, a little ways down there.
Wow.
Warboss has a weird idea in his head. Following.
Oh, like, weird idea in a war boss. That definitely sounds worth checking out. I am probably going to make a trip over there later then. Come sunrise.
we's accepting of you outsiders and a good old gobble fuck.
Gobble fuck. I heard
Folk.
gobble fuck. Okay.
Folk, I'm out of breath, damn it.
I mean, Gobbo fuck would work for orc language.
It actually kind of would in that, so we're just gonna say that folk and fuck are the same thing.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, typing out the title now.
So now I can just start shouting, hey, that's the you fuck, for no reason.
It's like, the nerds meet a gobbo fuck. Alright, so.
It sounds like it's goblin vernacular, just call people the fuck. It's not fuck.
Like, it's fine, we say the same thing, we're on front.
You just smile.
Eh, you ever hear of Chroma Killer?
Oh, have I? Like, I have definitely heard of that fella. Did not know he was the war boss in type.
A little while ago he took over and the war boy has not been quite the same.
Well, definitely see what we can do about that. I usually, when I like to stop in a town, I like to set up shop for a little bit before we move on, see if anyone's got any particular remedies they're in need of. As you can see, I'm a bit of a medicine man. Just kind of fluffs out his coat, and you see he is just covered in potion vials, just full of every color of the rainbow. Some of them are actively smoking and sparking inside of the glass. Some of them just are doing things that do not seem physically possible, but he's definitely rocking the look.
Thinking on this, Mambo leans a little closer and goes,
Well, these are local types. They had a weird death going on. And I figure more medicine eyes on it might be for the best.
Oh, that's so.
If you got the time.
Got nothing but time. I ain't no hurry to go anywhere. We've been trapped in that old tin can for like 2 months.
he's gonna nod.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Yeah, sure. Just, I'll see if someone can point the way. Yeah, absolutely. I do not have a license of any kind. I'll say that right up front. Licenses. Like I need somebody to tell me what I can do.
There's a good lad.
My boy. He just kind of walks off.
He's gonna go with him to, gets vouch for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because, weirdo going through, hey, let me look at your body.
Let me look at your body.
Like, I'd like to see your dead bodies.
Let's let the gobbo fuck look at the dead body.
It's a gobbo fuck looking for body, yes.
It's not a comforting sentence.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. The more I think about it, the worse it gets.
I miss playing goblins. I need to do that again.
Alright, so the other three are around the town in various portions. Whatever you would like to do, whatever you are doing, feel free to say so.
Keith is probably gonna hang back with the hang back and keep an eye on everything,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's also a big table full of food.
as well as indulging in that with San.
Oh yeah, of course, because
I have to
that's
make sure
exactly
he
where
isn't-
San would be no matter what. San is showing off all of those fish that he killed. He's actually kind of personally walking around handing them to people, though he's handing them to them while from in his mouth, so it's not exactly a wonderful experience. You do find that the one in the Plague Doctor mask, Velasca, she called herself, is very taken by San and is kind of just crouching down, tilting her head at him from every angle. Just, you are a specimen, aren't you? But, us, man.
Keith whistles a San.
Just looks back. So far, I'm not a friend.
Did you now?
He's just practically vibrating at this point. Like, oh, this one's looks up and notices you, and just you can't see the eyes, but you see the head kind of tilting back and forth, and you noticing the splayed feet. This is definitely a kinku. Just kind of shuffles over towards you. Just, I'll have a look at you. Tiefling, but not like any I've seen.
And
You are interesting.
Keith is slightly weirded out and how so?
I've seen maybe half a dozen tieflings in my time. Most of them are not noticing kind of the visual cues that match between you and Sam. There's a story there, and I bet it's an interesting one, and I will get it out of you. You mark my words. But I've got a lot of other things to do as well. Don't mind me. I'm just a bird on a perch. Just kind of walks along immediately, just looking into everything else. Just stopping like every few feet to look and just kind of have like she's basically Jack Skellington discovering Christmas Town at this point.
What's this?
The voyeur.
The Minotaur is currently absolutely pigging the fuck out. Just eating everything over at the table that he can. Just seeming very happy, rolling his shoulders a lot. He's starting to loosen up a little. It's not the elder, funny enough. It's actually Oster that's managed to get his attention a little bit more, talking about... Funny enough, they're talking shop about their bows.
Oh.
Oster has his very large longbow out, and he's got his very big crossbow. They swap for a brief moment, just kind of testing each other's weapons out, but none of them actually fire anything. But it appears that they're getting along fine. The mysterious fourth figure is still just kind of perched over there, just quietly. You actually do notice, Dayu, that his vision does briefly go to you, and lingers there for a moment.
She stares right back at him.
He looks away. It's like, very quickly, and just kind of averts eye contact right after that. And if you...
What was that?
TV?
And he's gone.
I heard roll insight, though, so I'm gonna do
I
that.
heard roll blank in the
I
criminal boy
heard
left.
if you, then cut out.
I heard roll insight, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, yeah.
Oh, well.
Whale.
Oh my.
I'll have to wait till he comes back to see what he says about that.
Oh,
Am I back?
Yep.
Hey.
You're
Right
back.
now, but not in game.
Sweet.
He
Okay,
back.
hold on. Yeah, I had to refresh it.
I heard roll insight, was that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
A 9. Well, he's definitely good. He's kind of a shifty one, that one. Hard to tell exactly what his motives are. Machinations of his mind must be an enigma.
She just kind of stares at him for a minute longer and then goes back to what she was doing, which is climbing a tree and being incredibly antisocial.
Alright, as you climb up it, you
Yeah.
look down.
Is Garak still snoring?
Yep.
Man, you've been walking for a while. Alright.
I think I'm gonna run along and get on that autopsy. See what's
you're
going
gonna-
on. Oh yeah.
Like, this party's lame. I'm gonna go cut open a dead body.
Does she pick up a stick on the way?
You know?
God damn it.
No. It just sounds like I should skip along.
Alright, you overheard. It's like, oh man, hell yeah, there's gonna be an autopsy later.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So, like, you actually do notice before we go to that day, you actually do see that the mysterious figure is now at the base of the tree, doing the same broody perch, and briefly looks up at you again and then looks away. And for one brief moment, you swear you hear a...
No.
She rolls her eyes down at him very briefly again, kind of rolls her eyes back up to the sky, sighs, drops down out of the tree, and sits by him.
It's quiet for about 20 minutes or so, just awkward silence, and then just absolutely out of nowhere, your form is exquisite.
Wow.
Pet the kitty.
Fat kitty. May I lick the pussy?
No, don't do that.
Team 4-star, blend them.
Okay. So she glances at him and says, she kind of looks him up and down, his metal encased body, and she goes, "Yours is very pleasing to the eye as well."
If a robot could blush.
He's very shiny, and she likes shiny shit, so...
This pleases me. Do not misunderstand. I am not referring to in a carnal manner. I simply, hard to explain. Strangely, having trouble finding words now.
I think I know what you mean. You are, referring to the feelings that some humanoids get when they see little furry animals.
No, not that.
Not that?
While yes, I'm sure you trigger maternal nourishing instincts in many who pass upon you. I seek... He just kind of easier to show. He twists and pops off one of his hands. And it just comes apart instantly. And you see there is just gears and gyros underneath. I seek a transcendence of sorts. The ideal form where I begin and end. I would very much like to resemble you one day.
Ah, you would like the predator's form of a kitty.
Yes. So, you are very efficient at what you do from an anatomical perspective.
She kind of glances at the little gears and wires and everything moving in his wrist and says, "Well, you might be able to find somebody to do that. I've heard people have, worked with machines, and I believe you are known as a... clan matron told me about, but I forgot what they were.
I am forged, they say.
Ah, yes.
I am... Well, the name I was given is Caddis, because apparently it is strange to hoard lots of individual bits of junk and keep them and swap out your various body parts for them just to see how they feel.
Okay. I do not judge anybody for their strange personal habits, because I also have my own strange personal habits.
Good.
This is why I run.
She's like, social interaction, flee!
Oh my god.
Yeah. This guy gives off... There are some stranger danger
Creeper
vibes here,
alert.
yes.
Stranger danger. I'm out.
Meanwhile, Keith is busy being a big sister or a mother.
Mm-hmm. San is definitely trying to eat off of other people's plates right now.
Nope, stop it. Stop it. Let's go make yourself your own plate, son.
Oh.
Well, Dayu kind of says, "Well, I wish you luck with your form changing."
Your kindness is appreciated. Sincerity not required.
No, she's being sincere. She's just kind of like, well, I don't know why.
He doesn't know that. He rolled shit insight.
Ah, okay. Still, I am attempting to keep watch over town when they are eating without them knowing. Strange things happen today. I would like them to not happen again.
Strange things, you say?
Yes, forms made out of mist, and they threaten the small stupid childs over there, and she points at San, frisking around the tables. Is he doing anything particularly San-like?
At the moment, he currently has what appears to be a Cornish game hen over his head.
Yes, that they imprisoned him in woods, cast a spell of not talking on him, and there is one more that we have not seen all day.
It gets very, very quiet at that. Caddis just kind of looks and goes, "Wait a moment," and just starts walking off towards the rest of the group.
Okay. Oh, there goes okay, and she goes into the tree, and she actually is looking around to see if there's anything.
All right, you can roll a perception for me. No disadvantage, in spite of the fact that nightfall is approaching, because you are a kitty.
I am a kitty, I can see.
I am kitty.
No, I can't see.
You are just... The more you sit there, and the more you're just like, what the fuck was up with that guy?
She's just in her tree going, what the hell?
It's robot otherkin.
All right, so...
Should
You
have
don't
followed
really-
the blood hunter.
You don't see much on your own way. Now, the others, meanwhile, you get into the Elder's longhouse. The Elder is there with you, in spite of everything. Just kind of a, well, unpleasant business. It's a bit strange having to do this alongside the feast, but the circumstances warrant it. Muggums, you said your name was.
Yep. That's me, Nat Muggum's medicine man.
Well, alright. Suppose it's alright if you are clearly experienced in alchemy, it appears.
Yeah, I dabble.
General wizardry, really.
It's like medicine just happens to be the one of the many applications you can get out of wizardry.
I'm very good at determining if something magical befell someone.
Jackpot.
So, just kind of looks around. I'm assuming Mambo is still in there.
He's gonna stay with them.
Yep. And Our Lady Z, are you up front with them or just kind of hanging in a corner?
I'm just kind of hanging around the table, checking it out. I think he probably drank himself to death, but, you know.
That's your theory.
That's my theory.
All right, so just kind of all standing around. Well, don't usually perform in front of others. Usually it's more random passers-by on the road who met unfortunate maladies, trying to determine what sort of predators took them down. Let's find out here. Rolling a medicine from that as he investigates Genji's body, being very detached from the whole thing. The fact that he's looking at a dead body of a villager new does not seem to be phasing him very much. Okay. This stuff. Just kind of looks it over. Oh, that is fascinating. You say that you found this guy under a boat on the lake shore, you said. A boat that had been torn apart a little bit.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, regardless of what happened, it definitely it's a lot of water in this body. Tell you that much. Hard to say if they drowned or not, though. It's tricky to see. That's odd. And he immediately pulls out a dagger and moves right towards the body with it. The Elder does kind of flinch for a moment, but then just kind of, I assume your intentions are good here? It's like,
Oh yeah. Just some caught my eye under the skin here.
kind of goes towards the chest cavity, and I will not go into full-on House MD moments here of him actually cutting open the body, but he manages to find something pretty interesting. Underneath the skin is a red scale.
What? Okay.
Oh, that is odd. If I know any better... Huh. Fuck. That is messed up on multiple levels. Somebody cut this poor bloke open. Put this in him,
and then healed up the wound with a healing magic. From the look of things, post-mortem.
It was a full-on just burying of tusks and just rumbling anger at that.
Oh, the elder's right there with you. It's like, someone killed him and then did this? It's like, someone else in the valley. It's like, that is definitely interesting and not in a good way. You had any tussles with Dragonborn recently? Can't say as we have, though we did meet one earlier. Where did he get off to?
He's asleep on a tree. Though I doubt it was him, or else he wouldn't be here. Not one we could discover so easily.
Is a fair point.
But we should probably ask him.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Can I see the scale? Like, yeah, go nuts. Just kind of put this down. And might help if I got to see the boat's remains as well. You said a bear crab got to him. That sounds like an interesting time. Probably be. Just want to see if there's anything else beyond that.
All right, I can walk him to the boat.
All right. As you do that, very briefly, Gano kind of looks over at you ladies. He goes, "Do you mind coming with me to talk to our Dragonborn friend?"
Sure, let's get to the bottom of it.
Thank you. Just kind of paces over. Manages to find you pretty easily, Carix. Kind of just goes, "Oi, you mind answering a question or two for me there, friend?"
Sure. What do you need?
He holds up the scale to you, and one thing you notice, it does not match yours at all. It's a lot smaller. Bit of a different shade of red, too. Just kind of holds up and scrutinizes. "Do you have any scales of this particular complexion in places we can't see?" Inciting that real quick. Yeah, he believes you.
Yeah, not my work. I'm more axe guy plus why plus no need to.
Yeah. I didn't think so. Don't suppose you know any healing magic of any kind?
Nah, just potions, he says as he pulls out a potion to prove his point.
Yeah, I couldn't have done that. Alright, that's fine. You carry on there, friend, but just hope you don't mind me saying that you might hope you're not objecting to potentially having someone else keep an eye on you for a bit.
Do what you need to.
Trying to figure out what happened to the hobgoblin boy you found.
Yeah, I understand completely. Do what you need to feel comfortable.
The scale is found under his skin.
Under his skin? Would I know anything about that? Like, would I know any, like, Dragonborn assassins or something like that?
You do know, in your particular history, that you've seen it been done to others. That is part of the ritual used to create a Dragonborn.
Ooh. Wait. Oh.
What?
So, that... You said under the skin, right?
Mm-hmm. And healed up afterwards with magic.
Someone was trying to make a dragonborn, it seems.
I couldn't do that on the dead. That's, disturbing nonetheless. That's very disturbing. Thinking about kind of all the gears turning.
It seems as though when they tried, they messed up. Maybe they did it by the lake or on the lake and got too close to the water.
I wouldn't know anything about those rituals. You're probably the most knowledgeable person here for that. Still, that's very good information to know. I'll share that with the others who found them, see if we can't figure anything out. Also, that goblin. You might know a thing or two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Carry on, I suppose. Enjoy the meal if you wish.
Will do. Carrick salutes and then walks over to the feast table.
All right. So, meanwhile, over there with Mambo Muggums, he's just kind of looking the boat once over, just, So, it's interesting. Yeah, Bandit Crab tore this thing right to hell. Kind of hard to get evidence out of it, but I will see what I can do. Not the greatest roll, Muggums. Looks over, just kind of peering over, scratches off some little bits of various film and algae off of it. I doubt I could find anything all right off the top, but I bet I could analyze some stuff inside the knot. I'll take a few samples, see what I can figure out. In the meantime, though, his stomach just immediately starts growling. I am absolutely famished. So, see about if we can find anything else, see what the other group found out, and I need to get a bite to eat before I can work again.
It's fair. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. So, while all the rest of you are just kind of around your various parts of the area, you notice as you approach the rest of the table, you do see that mysterious Warforged walking forward. Well, just kind of leans down and whispers in the goblin's ear. That right? Fuck, that's interesting. Your town is, this town is full of mysteries and surprises. We better get Crete and Val on this. The two of them just kind of immediately pace off towards the other two members of the group who are in various other parts of town. The Minotaur is still very much just center of attention at the table, and the Kinku is, at this point, it takes a minute for them to find her, but she appears to be on top of a roof. Just kind of they confer in a little team huddle for a moment. Hey. They walk back over as a group, just kind of posturing as big as they can to the elder. Sorry, we've heard about your particular issues going on here. And we've got a few things we'd like to say about that. Well, maybe you can answer a question of mine first. He pulls out the scale and relays all the information you guys learned from Carrick's. That would make sense. Haven't interacted with many Dragonborn. Couldn't say I knew that myself, but that definitely raises a lot more questions, but we've got a lot to cover, so we like the cut of your town very much, and the four of us would like to stick around for the foreseeable future until we can get to the bottom of a couple of things. That mysterious third spoke you were dealing with sounds very interesting, as does this particular mystery, involving some sort of Dragonborn ritual, and most of all, this is within earshot of all of you, since you're all basically within the vicinity of the table at this point. Val kind of, the Kinku interrupts him and just points out at the iceberg in the middle of the lake. We would like to go there. I have a distinct feeling there's old world ruins in there. And I just happen to be an expert at dealing with those. And that looks like a right promising spot. That whole area looks like it's been frozen over via arcane means, and I intend to get to the bottom of it. But we will aid in whatever you require of us in the meantime. The Dredger Team Terraria is at your service until then. Much appreciated, thank you, Ganuk says, just kind of slightly surprised by that, but also internally a little bit happy. Definitely would not say no to your services. Come, you don't want to stay inside of your walking machine thing. You can sleep inside my home for the night. Figure out what happens next. Kind of looks around at the rest of the guests. You're all welcome to come as well if you so choose. It's comfier than sleeping outdoors. Warm fire, good food, good drink, whatever you so choose. Don't want to go out there in the woods at night, not dark. Owl bears hunt. Not exactly the most pleasant thing to run across. Oh, and looks over also at Kiva. You two come as well. Something,
Alright.
got something interesting to talk to you about that you probably should know.
Alright. Come on, son.
Well, and just he immediately gets onto your shoulder and just yawns and just instantly falls asleep, draped over your shoulder like a fur, just looks like a giant gold feather boa at this point.
Getting a
Quite
bit
the long.
too big for this, but alright.
Wiggles a little bit. Tail starts wrapping around your neck just a little bit. And as you all make your way up to the Elder's Longhouse, you're all welcomed inside, the Dredger team going in as well, kind of sitting around a very open fire pit inside of this very Viking as fuck interior. The Elder sits down just, bittersweet circumstances. It's quite the day of highs and lows. I promised that I'd answer any questions anyone might have. Looks over specifically at Deo. Just, is there anything in particular you'd need to know about? What exactly did your elder send you out for?
That is the question of the day.
Yeah, one of many.
She said I would know when I got here. So far,
Well,
all I know is that there are some problems in the town. Probably should help.
I could always use an extra set of hands. Osser vouched for you, said you can handle yourself fine, so that's good enough for me. That, if you need help. What exactly was the request she sent you out for? I'd like to know that as well, the King of Alaska also says, just looking over at you.
How did we word it exactly? What was the exact...
Just basically that there was a disruption in the flow of magic in the air. It basically was vague as hell, but that is what she said.
Well, you know that my people come from the Veld, right? Correct?
Oh yes, I'm from there originally myself. Yep.
Oh. So, you know then that I am what you would call a witch?
Oh yes, I've met one of your particular tribes that had one of the clans. Yes, clan's the right word.
Mm-hmm. So, my coven matron sent me out here and sent me in this direction specifically saying there is a disruption in the flow of magic. Something is wrong. And she would... She said I would
Minotaur
know.
just kind of okay. The Minotaur kind of openly snorts at that for a moment. Just that is not a lot to go on.
No, it is not. She is fond of sending students out with very little to see how they figure it out. She never sends them into anything dangerous, but she does not like to explain too much.
Well, that is an interesting request, but all my experience is that even if they like to give the runaround a lot, most witch matrons don't exactly get in the business of purposeful, malicious dishonesty. Maybe she didn't know the entirety of it herself.
No,
But she clearly trusted you for the job.
Well, I can only hope that I can find what she means.
Well, there's a little fun thing I can do. Kind of taps onto the weird goggles on the full body covering of her head. I can see patterns of magic in the air and all around me sometimes. I have to take a few minutes to concentrate to kick it up, but might be something that interests you in that regard. That particular island I pointed out, what do you suppose it got my attention?
There's something there that is triggering your senses.
Oh, It's pulling magic out of the sky down into itself.
That
I
would
don't know
disturb
how,
it.
and I don't know how, and it fascinates me incredibly beyond words. That's why I want to go there. But I've heard you've only had one boat, so we'll have to wait until that's repaired. Then I'll see about procuring my fellow Kinku brethren's permission to utilize it. It looks like it should fit all of us. You should come along.
I think I will take you up on that one.
Good, good. Say, I'm curious about how all that's about myself. I don't request things entirely without giving something of my own kind. If there's anything you'd like to know from any of us, we've traveled all over. Not from this far up northeast before. It's interesting. Did not realize there was a town out here, or there was even a post for the Not to Guide on. But here we are. Surprises all around. Yeah, you got that right. Well, that's definitely interesting. All I was going to say was to point you in the direction of the Blackstone Forest northeast of here.
What,
Did not know about it.
What would be there?
Big old rock fell from the sky a long time ago. Only heard stories about it. Supposedly a bunch of giants live out there. Very fearful, superstitious sorts, but there's a lot of magic there. Yes, I've heard of that as well. Not exactly a friendly place, Gannock says. The island sounds like a bit more of a promising lead, though. It's definitely more my attention. We were heading to the Blackstone Forest ourselves when this particular beacon pinged on the map pointing our way here. It's not strange. We've passed through this region close to it before, within our range of this beacon picking up, but it's interesting that it just shows up this time of all times. Did you find any old world technology at any one point, erect it, power it?
Well, there was the post I found in the woods.
Snaps fingers and points right at you. Like, that's the one. You found a post. Those aren't just power sources, they're also beacons for dreadnoughts.
Oh.
Map markers of a sort. They let us know when there's something there worth looking at. Something so the machine would know where to go on its own. It's fascinating that you found one and actually managed to power it again. I take it you're acquainted with technology?
To some sort of extent. What, Somo taught me.
Somo, kobold name. I'd very much like to meet with them at some point, see if they might be able to help me out with a few projects. Bet Nat would like that as well, and the caddis just kind of gently raises his warforged hand. I would also like this. You're as eloquent as ever, Caddis. Okay, so. Very, very good. I think we will.
Don't know why, but I mean, Sam can get it going at night.
That is odd. Last I checked. Yes. You and San, you say?
Correct.
How exactly do you do that?
I'm sorry, I was distracted by this wonderful food. About the creation of Dragonborns, you say?
Well, we can get to that in a minute. I was actually referring to a little golden dragonling friend who is currently sleeping like a baby here. Does not look very old.
I think we agreed that basically Kiefer of the Fawns is it.
Yeah, basically. And that there's just a little spark of energy there.
I mean, typically I just usually walk up to it when it's turned off and lock it and turns on. Nobody else can do it.
Nobody else can, you say? You mind if I test something?
Go ahead.
Just pulls out a stick with and kind of looks around his crate, if you wouldn't mind. Holds up a little loose piece of flappy rubber that you can't tell what it is at first. All right. Takes a deep breath and blows up a balloon. Just kind of gently holds it towards you, and yeah, there's a visible spark that appears there after a moment. Just
Oh, that is fascinating.
What is?
You are something of a mystery here. You don't know if you know this. How much do you know about gold dragons?
How much do I know?
Barely anything. There was not much knowledge even in Ogar's notes about them. Metallic dragons were not popular studying fare among Dradian hordes.
Not much, other than this one's size.
Well, did you know that they breathe fire naturally?
Apparently not.
This little one, both of you appear to have more so of an electrical influence inside of your bodies, which
Huh.
is fascinating. Quite fascinating. But that is something for another time to figure out, and I will figure out, you have my word. Oh man, the Antioch would just absolutely eat up a curiosity like you. I mean, I did not expect of all the things we'd find an actual young metallic dragon. They're almost gone. There's no one's seen one in so long. Unfortunately, in spite of the ceasefire agreements, old Empress Dre has killed off almost all of them. Doesn't like them very much, intruders upon her domain.
Eva looks to San. The brow furrows. The very uncomfortable expression is on her face.
You don't have to tell me any stories you don't want to, child. I'm just making observations, very interesting ones at that. Just know that you're quite exceptional in that regard. All of you are, really. It's always a pleasure to meet interesting people on the road. The city is magnificent, but it's certainly full of the same things sometimes. It's why we like to get out and actually explore it.
Yep. That's pretty much all we're about these days.
Deu kind of looks like visibly disturbed with the implications that there are two places that might be screwing things up, and one is really close, and she didn't even notice.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, indeed. Just kind of looks over at all the rest of the... Well, you there, Dragonborn. What did you say your name was?
Correct. What do you need?
The goblin kind of clears his throat again. You said something about Dragonborn origins.
Mm-hmm.
How fortunate bit of news there that it sounds an awful lot like your dead hobgoblin friend was done in a very ritualistic manner.
Indeed, I did.
I'm sorry if this puts you in a sour mood of any kind, but your friend here didn't drown. Appears they made it look like he did, whoever did it. They cut him open very surgically and inserted a red dragon scale into the body and used healing magic to heal up the wound with it inside.
Eva is very visibly disturbed by that.
Yeah, it's not exactly pleasant thinking about it, but...
Yeah, I've already checked out our friend here. He's not a match to the scale that we have.
completely wrong size, shade, and shape as well.
Can I see scale?
You certainly can. He just kind of hands it over to you.
Does it look like a Dragonborn scroll, or could it be a kobold scale?
With your knowledge, looks more like a kobold's.
Looks more like a kobold scale to me. Do you happen to have a red rock? The only red kobold we have around here is Akko, and he and Genji were best buds.
That is strange.
Genji was a bad influence on him, but
Well, we don't know anything yet. Best not to make assumptions on that front. That is a strange detail.
Maybe at least compare scale.
It's not a bad thought. Wonder where he's going off to. So, and with that, we will take a brief break.
What?
Alright.
Woo!
Refill my energy.
I need it. Rips the crap out of my throat. No worries,
you
I'm
gotta-
alive.
You definitely got to keep yourself hydrated, son.
Yeah.
You
Just
right
noticed
back.
I was slipping the last bit.
Okay.
you put the balloon near Tifa's hair and her hair sticks to it.
Yep.
Then it just erupts into Hindenburg.
It would at that.
How am I doing keeping, like, Rax's voice, like, the same?
Pretty
I'm
good,
not
all
out.
things considered.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Cool.
I know this has been a bit more of a talky session, but you guys
Yeah.
did. I had a feeling you guys would get past the one potential combat encounter pretty non-violently.
Yeah. Plus, this allows me to just sort of play off the whole he was walking through the woods or the mountains for who knows how long, and he's just sort of rusty and out of it because of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens next.
Bull nonsense.
Back.
All right,
Welcome
cool.
back.
I know for a fact one person isn't back yet, but she will be in a
Also,
moment.
VV, what's Sans theme?
Oh, I will play that when this game is over.
What's his what now?
Theme.
His theme music.
Hmm. I wasn't aware we all had theme musics.
Well, San does.
Ah. In any case, I'm
I'm
pretty
not
sure I
gonna
know
be that. What would your? That's actually a pretty fun thought. We can exercise. We can focus on that a little bit later.
I already know what mine is.
What's
I'm
up?
sure you do.
I just got back.
Character theme.
I'm back too.
The question of character theme music was brought up, but anyway, we are all back. We've all gotten what we need.
Baby's back.
Yep.
I never left.
Just making sure.
All right. So, what do you guys do with all this newfound information?
Well, we should at least go talk with Akko more. At least make
Alright.
sure he doesn't have any skills missing, or make sure that he wasn't further harmed by whatever did this.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you make your way. I'm assuming Kifa leading the way back towards your particular home. You all just walking along. It is full-on nightfall now. Very bright moon up in the sky. Little hints of thin, wispy clouds here and there, but kind of reflecting off the moonlight. As you make your way over to the overturned Dredgenaught, the rest of the Dredger team also accompanying you, walking a little less urgently than you are. You arrive over there, just find that at the moment it's just Ogar, the blue-scaled, with covered in various different scars that's standing outside. Just, oh, Kifa, back home, and you brought friends. You know that
We need to see Akko.
I'd like to see him myself.
Where'd he go?
I If I knew, I'd be there. I haven't seen him. Taking it you haven't either?
Not
What's
since
this
I broke the news about Genji.
What's this about?
I'll let Elder Ganuk explain.
Well, hopefully it's just a misunderstanding, but as much as I hate to say, Arko might be an accessory to Genji's death. Ogar just kind of, this little, for those of you who haven't seen this character's notes, is a little blue kobold that is missing part of an ear, a couple of fingers. One of the eyes is patched over. Akko doesn't have it in him to do something like that, even if Genji's been awful to him.
I don't think so either, but we found a scale inside a red scale inside Genji's body, kobold sized.
The Ogar immediately just freezes right the hell up when you say that. Just kobold scale in the body. In him.
Inside him, yes.
Arko wouldn't know that ritual. I never taught him. I was never teaching that damn thing to anyone ever again. There's no way he could know it. He was too young when we left.
Either way, he might be in serious danger right now. We need to find him.
That we do. I'll get the others and we'll start looking around. Maybe try and find the guards and Osser as well. He might be able to be helpful in that regard. And I just need to find my notes and see if I can find anything. Can I see the scale?
Keep a hand it to her.
Looks it over. This is his scale. Oh, that idiot child. What have you gotten yourself into? Just kind of breathes, steps in, and after a brief moment, you see a very, very tired-looking Sormo, a gray-scaled kobold, and Beacon, a yellow-scaled, just kind of step out. They are very tired, but very serious about this. Just say, "What has Arko done?"
We don't know.
We don't think he doesn't have it in him to do something like that. There's no way. Come on, we need to find him if we can.
Last I saw him, I broke the news about Genji's death.
That is concerning on multiple levels. Come on. You just all just kind of head off into the area, I assume.
Yep.
Looking around. For those of you present, let's get some investigation checks out of this.
Alrighty. Would Keith have advantage?
Not in this case. You're just looking around town, calling out for him, getting anyone else to kind of form a proper search party.
We're forming a posse.
Basically.
So all of us roll
Keith got
investigation?
19.
If you would. If you're all taking part in the search, yes.
Definitely. Not gonna let this shit fly.
Okay, what are
Oh,
we?
yeah.
What are we looking? What are we doing?
Investigation to see if you can find Arko somewhere around the town. It was his scale.
Cats.
It's always cats.
And that one strikes again.
They were on the
Almost.
counter. They were on the counter,
Alright.
knocking off pizza crusts onto the floor.
That sounds exactly like what cats would do.
She's gone. Go to the counter.
So, with all those, the group check. Okay, not bad, not bad. You all look around. It's like calling out, rallying up more people. Osser joins in, Goro and Fife join in. Various others as well. Just looking around, calling out, torches out, looking around. San wakes up and starts fluttering around, looking for things. Speaking of which, I should roll for him as well. Not bad, San, not bad. Okay. And Elder Ganuk. And also the Dredger team. Not bad. High rolls on some of these parts. Caddis don't care. Alright, so...
Not cat.
Not kitten. Not desirable. Alright, so... Unfortunately, no one rolled over the DC to find the time, so I'm gonna roll to see what happens here a little bit. As you guys are walking around looking, it's approaching. You look around, an hour passes, 2 hours, 3, and as it closes in on midnight, one of you just briefly catches in the midst of the moonlight. Kifa, you manage to spot something, a silhouette up on a rooftop.
Kifa turns. She has was a tiefling dark vision.
Mm-hmm. The world just goes quiet for a moment.
Oh god.
You glance up, and in a moment, your body just chills to the bone as this strange, semi-transparent skeletal figure is standing on the roof of one of the thatch roof houses, Arco just firmly grasped in one hand. It turns and looks at you, just no facial features whatsoever, just 2 large curving horns. Tilts the head at you, looks back at the kobolds, which you can see with your dark vision is screaming at you, but no sound is coming out. A pair of vast black inky wings spread out, obscuring the night sky.
Can I take a shot with my musket?
You can try. It is a long distance away, so you'd have to roll a disadvantage. Oof. Afraid not.
I wanted to do it when he was on the roof.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't taken off yet, but you do fire off at it. It is a pretty good distance away. The wings spread. You don't see any visible effect. There's no sound, in spite of the fact that there's very visible effects on the roof as the wings beat, taking off into the air and flying away with the kobold. Still no sound whatsoever. You don't hear anything. And as
the thing has Arco!
So you open your mouth to speak and no sound comes out.
Sorry.
And as it flies off further and further away into the moonlight, just gradually, you just hear, little far, little far, little far. You just look down and see sand pawing at your leg.
The thing has Arco!
What thing?
The big spooky thing that could fly.
Sand tenses up immediately at that.
It took my voice. Has his too.
That is the big spooky. Sand runs off towards the rest of the group and kind.
Did I see where it's flying off to?
Flew off into the forest.
Flying off into the forest.
Should tell the others then.
Alright. See if it runs to go get the others.
Alright, you do. And I imagine you relay everything?
Yeah, Kifa is like real torn up because I don't think it's a coincidence between between Sam missing this and whatever that thing is.
As you describe like the figure itself. Oh man, Lady Z, it is ringing mother of a bell for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what that was. Everything down to the silence, the completely still wing beats and the grasping long claws. You know exactly what that thing is, and you know exactly what it can do.
I think we're dealing with a night gaunt.
Oh.
Lovely.
Oh no. And that is where we will end the session.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Wow.
Yes, of course.
Nice use of music, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
That suddenly put everyone on, tense.
Good.
If I remember correctly, that's CR10, isn't it?
There is a CR10 version of a Night Gaunt, yes.
It's probably not the one he's throwing at a level 1 party.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
There's 5 of you now.
Yeah, we can take it. We'll be fine.
It's great. It's fantastic.
All right. Well,
Also, Caddis makes Deu incredibly uncomfortable, but she's also feeling for him. Because he feels like he's trapped in a body he doesn't belong in.
Basically, Caddis just wants to figure out where he ends and begins.
It's otherkin robot.
Basically. He just likes to customize himself. It leads to some very interesting combat abilities, though.
Does the DM want to sign off the video so I can stop it?
Why, yes. It's like, thanks for listening, nerds. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next time.